You're not really ready until you're safe. Summer safely and drive calm.
Are you ready to feel free again? Our Visa Rewards Card can help you create the fancy-free, sensational lifestyle you've been dreaming about over the last year. University Federal Credit Union's Visa Rewards Card offers up to 5 times the rewards with every single swipe, along with industry-best travel rebates. You can redeem rewards for cash, travel, purchases, and so much more. Now you can breathe easier and explore more with your new favorite rewards card from University Federal Credit Union. Apply today at ucreditu.com.
Dave and Dejanovic.
Well, the CDC has said, look, you got to mask up in school. At least that's their guidance. But not everybody agrees with that, Dave.
They don't want to wear masks?
In school, if they're vaccinated.
Yeah, I can tell you one family that feels that way.
Yeah. Some of your kids are vaccinated.
Yeah, 2 of the, I guess 3 of the 4. My son's on a mission, but the other 2 that are in high school, a senior and a sophomore, both vaccinated, when I told them they might have to wear masks. I don't even know this. I'm just kind of speculating. I didn't want the first time they heard that there might be masks being worn. I didn't want that to be the first day of school because they would walk through the doors, see the masks, turn directly around, and be like, later.
They'd blame you. Be like, Dad, you're in the news. Why didn't you tell us this was coming? State Senator Dan McKay, I understand from reading your Twitter feed, you're thrilled that the CDC has come out and said, look, vaccinated or unvaccinated, you should mask up these kids in school.
Wait, Debbie, aren't we on the same side of this? I mean, we are always on the same side of every issue. I'm shocked.
How do you really feel about it, Senator?
Okay, let's talk about where we are in the pandemic, okay? We look at the numbers that we're seeing now, just both with infections and everything else. They are the unvaccinated population. Let's talk about who the unvaccinated population are. It is either people that are not qualified not eligible for a vaccine, or people that are over the age of a vaccine. And so the people that are over the age, that are eligible for a vaccine over the age of 12, those folks are actively choosing not to get a vaccination. In fact, if you went to the 3 vaccination centers that are within a mile of my house, you can get a vaccination with less than a 30-second wait. That's how available these things are. So the people that aren't getting vaccinated do not want a vaccination, okay? And so if we're talking about masking up inside everybody so that we can protect people who do not want a vaccine and have chosen themselves that they're okay to get the coronavirus, I question our judgment, and I question whether or not people agree with what role the government and what goal the government should play in your health lives. If this same group of people should arguably be talking about banning cholesterol, banning carbohydrates, should banning caffeine, go down the list of all the things that are bad for us and also cause harm, but people still choose to take them, and that's where we're at with the vaccine. Now, when you say with people under the age of 12 and the spread that they can create, yep, that is a possibility. But remember, in this whole pandemic, you go to the CDC's website, and this is not a number since the vaccine was out. This is a number since the beginning of the pandemic. We have lost, of 611,000 people that have died, we have lost 370 people under the age of 17 years old due to the coronavirus pandemic. We lose more kids on playgrounds and in vehicles than we do with the coronavirus. And so forcing 675 or 700,000 kids in the state of Utah to mask up every day with a low incidence of risk to protect people who do not want to get a vaccine, boy, that feels backwards to me.
Senator McKay joining us right now, and I'm struggling with this. Which way to go, whether there should be a vaccine mandate or if we should just, as you said, let people that are making a conscious decision not to be vaccinated, just let them suffer the consequences as they so choose. But then you start looking at these terrible diseases that we've essentially eradicated: measles, mumps, rubella, smallpox. Should we allow these kind of things to come back into our society because we allow people to say, you know what, my choice, my body, my choice, whatever it is. Should we allow these terrible diseases to infiltrate because we want to give people that much freedom?
I think you asked a great question, Dave, and I think it is a question that most people that are unvaccinated right now are trying to balance in their mind and figure out. Just because someone doesn't have the vaccine yet I guess I need to restate, they don't necessarily want the coronavirus, right? They feel like they've got other precautions or other ways to do it, or they've had the virus and therefore feel like, the CDC and all the research that's going on. If you saw a report out of Emory University earlier this week, that having had the virus provides you, a strengthened immune system against the virus and for future, and even against the Delta or against the Delta variant. All of those things being considered, I think you're asking the prime question that they're trying to balance. And to be honest, I don't have a great answer for that other than to say I think people were successfully weigh those harms with those dreadful diseases that you mentioned before, and they get the vaccine. And that's why we see a significant number of people not getting it, right? And we do have small outbreaks of some of those diseases, but that's why we don't see it. They make the risk-adjusted calculation internally and get the vaccine or not, okay? The coronavirus, for most people, is not as deadly as getting any of those others that you talked about. And as a result, people are not necessarily willing to take that step. We have been almost to 70%. We're back a little bit just because of the new eligibility for people over the age of 12. I just think let's give people the opportunity to balance the risk themselves. Federal or state mandates or employer mandates, all those other things, in my opinion, I think we're setting a dangerous precedent for what we're asking people to do.
Senator McKay, I have about 30 more questions and I want to go toe-to-toe with you over, but we only have about 60 seconds left. So give me your 30-second take on this. Look, I'm willing to mask back up. I'm fully vaccinated. I feel confident in the vaccine, but the experts are saying that this is the best way for me not to pass the virus on if I happen to be carrying it on to others who are unvaccinated. I'm willing to mask up in public places. Are you?
Yes. However, I have had the coronavirus, and I've also been vaccinated. So what I would say is, as people are weighing these risks, I know I'm in the extreme, rare, low risk. And I got to be honest, it will be a trial to wear a mask through this if that's, where we decide to go.
Well, we appreciate you joining us. I don't think you're alone. I think a lot of people feel that way, especially those that have been vaccinated. I know my kids certainly feel that way. They're giving me the big old question mark, like, Dad, what is going on? We appreciate you joining us, Senator Dan McKay. For Deputy Janovic, we'll say bye. We'll turn things over to Maria Chaleos and the KSL News team. Thanks for joining us, folks.
I'm Dave Cawley, host of the podcast Cold. Our brand new second season focuses on the 1985 disappearance of a woman named Joyce Yost. Hear her voice for the first time. That's Cold Season 2, exclusively on Amazon Music.